So hello everyone, welcome to Babylon Tom. Today we're going to make one about the vaccine passport. So in Quebec they just decided to implement that on September the 1st. They say that some places will have this vaccination passport, and they say that it's done to make sure that won't be having any other confinement or lockdowns. And so they say that's going to be done through the commerce that's going to control it. And then, so there's some people won't be able to buy or sell. For now, it's a place where there's extensive amount of people, such as entertainment and mainly entertainment. But it's also said bar, restaurant, training centers, and etc. So it's not groceries now. It's not about groceries, but clearly they're gonna add it eventually. I think we can see it very easily right now. So just gonna take a quick look at what happened in Texas a couple of weeks ago. The Democrats decided to flee in D.C. because they didn't want to vote on a certain law. And some of those people that were fully vaccinated, those who tested positive, all have been fully vaccinated. So I think it's obvious that clearly, according to the Texas Tribune, it's possible to catch the COVID even with the two vaccines. So there's no point really doing this passport and all that, when in reality, I mean, it doesn't protect at all. And so I'm going to put these videos on the description there. We're going to see some information about the vaccination, what it pertains. So they say that the COVID-19 is becoming a pandemic of unvaccinated, so clearly they want to vaccinate everyone. And again, here they say that the non-vaccinated represent 80% of the tests done between June 20th and July the 4th concerning the Delta variant. But the CDC tells us very different things. In an article that was released on August the 6th, or it was posted online on July the 30th, but reposted, it seems, or published on the 6th. They say here that concerning this, in Massachusetts, there were 469 cases in Massachusetts who traveled during this period, July the 3rd and the 17th, and 346 occurred in fully vaccinated people. So they're saying, and that people were 90% about the Delta variant. So basically what it's saying is that the majority of people who were fully vaccinated had the Delta variant. So it's pretty obvious. I mean, yeah, we'll have to look at the description videos that I'll post in there. They will give you more information. So I'm going to return on Ellen White, the founder of co-founder of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. So I believe she is a prophet, and right now she's telling us her words are coming into life. So the people in the United States have been the favored people, but when they restrict religious liberty, such as now, surrender Protestantism and give countenance to popery, the measure of her guilt will be full, and national apostasy will be registered in the books of heaven. The result of the national apostasy will be national ruin. So I believe that this clasping the hands, the decree enforcing, so I'm going to read the second paragraph here. By the decree enforcing the institution of the papacy, can be, it can be thought that this is the Sunday law, but in violation of God's law, our nation will be disconnected fully from righteousness when Protestantism shall stress the hand across the gulf to clasp the hem of the Roman Empire, when she shall reach over the abyss to clasp the hem with spiritualism. Spiritualism is Jesuitism. founded in 1540, when under the influence in the spiritualism, Illinois. If you research spiritualism, you'll see that it's closely linked with France, the French Revolution in 1793, and clearly she's talking about this spiritualism now. It's a well-known fact that the French Revolution was a Jesuit plot. So under this influence of the threefold union of the Protestant, the Catholics, and spiritualism, so there's no difference for God between the Roman power, which is, the Roman power, including spiritualism, and the Roman power outside of the Jesuit. There's no difference for God. Under the influence of the threefold union, the country shall repudiate every principle of the Constitution as a Protestant and Republican government, and shall make provision for the propagation of the papal falsehood and delusion. Then we may know that the time has come for the marvelous working of Satan, and the end is near. So I believe that this was accomplished in 2015 when the Pope spoke in Congress in the United States, the only place where it shouldn't be. And the following day went to the UN to present the Laudato Si encyclical. So I think that this was fulfilled there. So then she says, through spiritualism, Satan appears as a benefactor of the race, healing the disease of the people and professing to present a new and more exalted system of religious faith, but at the same time he works as a destroyer. So spiritualism, Jesuitism, right, Anthony Fauci and the likes, he appears as a benefactor, healing the disease of the people and professing a new and more exalted system of religious faith. So we don't have that yet. And in Alice Bailey's work, we see what it looks like. And you can see Alice Bailey's presentation I did on the channel. It's the book Alice Bailey's The Externalization of the Hierarchy. So we don't have that yet, but we do have the healing, right? While appearing to the children of men as a great physician who can heal all their maladies, he will bring disease and disasters until populous cities are reduced to ruin and desolation. So look at Luc Montagnier, and I think that, and the other guy there, what's his name? Robert Malone, yeah. And look at those videos, what they're saying, and reread this sentence after and tell me that she's not a prophet. Then the great deceiver will persuade men that those who serve God are causing these evils. So just next to these populous city being reduced to ruin, so Satan will turn against us and will say the Seventh-day Adventists are causing this evil because they're not bowing down. So as men depart further and further from God, Satan is permitted to have power over the children of disobedience, which are the spiritualists. And then, if you do a research about spiritualism on EGW estate here, you see that it's closely linked with Egypt, atheism. It's the same thing, spiritualism and all that. So it's really pornea also, because it's a great word. It's all about sex, and the Greek word for sex or pornography is pornea. It's whoredom and all that. And so Satan will exercise more power over these people. He hurled destruction among men. There's calamity by land and sea. Property and life are destroyed by fire and flood. Satan. So that's not happened yet, right? Satan resolved to charge upon those who refuse to bow to the idol which he has set up, which is the Sunday. His agent point to the Seventh-day Adventist Church as the cause of the problem. These people stand out in defiance of the law, so the true Seventh-day Adventists will not be listening to the laws from now on concerning the spiritualistic way of healing and all that. So the majority of Seventh-day Adventists, they do bow down to this, but at the Sunday law here, where does he say it again? At the idol, when the idol is set up, we know that the majority of Seventh-day Adventists will go under the bed and will renounce their religion. And the various other denominations, the Catholics and the Baptists and all that, are going to jump into the church, and they're going to be ready to hit the ground running with this message. And they will replace these Chicken Little Seventh-day Adventists. And so they desecrate Sunday. So by then, the Sunday law is implemented, and he's turning in defiance of the law to the Seventh-day Adventists, saying they desecrate Sunday. So this brainwashing technique that we have right now will continue until the Sunday law. So basically, it's, you know, when you read that, it makes sense. Until here, it's a chronological. Well, it seems to have a chronological order here. They just point to Seventh-day Adventists and compelled to will not until. So they're saying that the Sunday law, if it's not implemented and obeyed, the judgments of God will continue. They're perfectly right. The judgment of God will continue until the very end, until the return of Jesus. Right now, we have a soft judgment of God through the all the what we have, but it's going to escalate even more after the Sunday law. It's going to eventually become the plagues, but this will only escalate. It's not going to get better at all. It's going to escalate. You can see here. It's going to continue, and this madness will cease only when Jesus comes. But rest assured, you know, at the Sunday law, shortly after, we will receive supernatural strength, the Holy Spirit, and by then going to be invincible. Those who stay true to the Lord and have the faith of Jesus will remain holy, and we're going to be invincible. But as we can see here, there's going to be many people that are going to die, and it's going to continue. That's just a fact. And so, you know, we see that the Pope Francis here is supposed to, you know, the Paris Accord and all that, it's all Laudato Si implementation. And, you know, you guys who believe that, you know, that Donald Trump is the solution. Donald Trump is the solution. Donald Trump's part of the problem because he's a Jesuit. And we can see here John Kerry. I got a video on my side there on YouTube where it says that John Kerry says that the Pope has moral authority. Moral authority. You know, the leader of the largest pedophile organization and killer of children, largest terrorist organization on the planet, largest killer of mass murdering during the Dark Ages. Over 100 million people died at the hands of the Pope, even more if you count all the wars that went on since then. You know, John Kerry says he has moral authority. Difficult to believe, eh? But it's prophesied and it's coming. Now in Laudato Si, which is going to be talked at the next COP 2016 summit, we can see on point 237, the Sunday law. On the Sunday, our participation of the Eucharist has special importance. Sunday, like the Jewish Shabbat, so there's no Jewish Shabbat, it's the Sabbath. And the Sabbath must be respected even in Christianity today. Is meant to be a day of which heal our relationship with God, with ourselves, and all that. Sunday is a day of the resurrection, the first day of the creation. So it is the first day, is not the seventh day. And so, you know, in this way, Christian spirituality incorporates a relaxation, festivity, and all that. And well, you know, the law of the weekly rest forbade work on the seventh day, that the ox and your donkey may have rest and all that. But basically, it's the Sunday law here. And this is probably, well, it's the last piece of the drama, you know. And we have the rest here. We have the destruction here. And we got the Sunday law at the end, just after. You know, because India will implement the Sunday there, and then they will turn against us. So right now we're in that phase here. So we're in that phase. Now it took 5 years to get there, right? From 2015 to 2020 when the coronavirus started. And I'm not saying it's going to take another 5 years. I think this year or next year, it's most likely we're going to have a Sunday law because the events are here. But we need to see the destruction first, and we don't see it. Well, we do see it. There's over 4 million deaths from the virus worldwide, and according to VAERS, there's also death from the vaccine as well. And you have to look at the videos that I put in there. But I think, we probably have only a couple months to endure before we have the Holy Spirit, and then we're going to be invincible. So pray God that, nobody who hears this message is going to be discouraged, and that rather they're going to be encouraged to see Jesus come very soon. So on that, God bless you.